it's such a delight and an honor and privilege to be with you guys on this day that is celebrating women across the globe. Just every single one, every woman that we know and don't know, and the ones that are, you know, doing everything they should be doing, and people who are scared to live their lives. It's such a struggle for everybody right now. Um, so let me just start with just saying that, like I mentioned before, I definitely need to update my bio because now I'm living in the mountains of San Diego County, and it's just so incredibly beautiful here. I wish I could be outside. Once I get my internet hooked up, I'm going to be outside doing this. It's just covered with oak trees and the birds, and it's just absolutely gorgeous and peaceful. And it's going to be a beautiful place for me to be creating like I should have been doing all these years. So 2020 has been such an incredible year for me. It started off with the COVID, and the funny thing was, just about a month before the lockdown in America, I was like walking around my apartment just praying, like, I want to work from home. I want to work from home. I don't hate going to the office. I hate the traffic. Just all the noise and everything. And then it just kind of manifested itself, which I thought was hilarious. And so I got to work from home, and that was just a kind of a dream come true for me. Um, then with all the politics and the murders of the African American population that was happening and being televised everywhere, I started to really have to dive into me and just like heart check me, because I was raised the only white family in 10 square miles in San Diego County or San Diego City when I was growing up till I was like 12 or 13 years old. But I felt like I was part of everything. But I didn't realize, um, I thought I was part of everything, but I didn't realize that we had white privilege just up the wazoo. Like I really didn't know. I thought we were just all part of one big family. But in retrospect now, I'm almost 60 now, and knowing the same people on our street, we're all still friends. We've had adult conversations now, and I've learned a lot about who who they thought we were, and how we sort of facilitated that mask of who they thought we were. That hurt. That hurt a lot, because I thought that I'm like open heart, I love everybody, I'm part of, everything, but I didn't realize how people saw us. And I didn't understand the pain behind that. I did not understand that. So as I had to dive super deep into just who am I? Who is Janice? Like, what the hell? It's just, what is going on in all of this? So I did all the studying I could. I watched every movie I could. I read books. I've done I've done so much work in the last 8 months. And I realized that I pretty much had been playing like an imposter my whole life. Everybody thought I was this, and so I just met their expectations, whatever that was. And I didn't ever, it's sort of like that jack of all trades, master of none kind of idea. I have all the leadership books that you could buy. I haven't read them, but I have them. I've studied, I've, learned how to do public speaking, of doing all these things, but I'm not doing anything with it. I've trained and trained and trained, and I've never monetized it or used it for the good of the people that need to hear the message that I have now from my life and all the things, all the things that I can speak about, the women's issues, being a mother, being a wife, being an ex-wife, being a cheated on wife, being a sex addict, being having addiction issues, all the different layers of things, and not realizing that, I kept saying, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I wasn't working on it. I just knew it. I just had it and I held it, but I wasn't sharing it with anybody. And I realized that my life had to completely change. And the moment that happened, I was in my bedroom. My 30-year-old daughter, who lived in Las Vegas, that's why I moved there, was to kind of help her get her life together. For 2.5 years that I lived there, she went to rehab 3 different times. And after the 3rd time, I just told her, I said, something in your life needs to change. Your exit plan needs to change. So she decided she was going to come stay with me for a little while. Well, unbeknownst to me, she was still using. So she came to my house to detox. And when she did that, she literally had a seizure in my arms and she died in my arms. Now, I revived her, but for a minute and a half, everything in my life changed. That minute was the longest minute of my life. It's hard to talk about, but I got her back, I got her revived, and got her the medical help that she needed and all those kind of things. But from that moment forward, I just realized there was this, like I said, I've just turned 57 that same month, and I realized I didn't know jack about nothing. Like I didn't know. There was just so much I realized I didn't know about life and about people and about all the, just how selfish I had been, even though nobody would ever say that about me. Nobody, because everybody knows like I have the spirit of it all, but I just didn't realize how much more I could actually be contributing to the world, even if it's just one person at a time. Because I always felt like everybody in my life for many, many years, since as far back as I can remember, has told me to be quiet and to stop talking. And that I talk too much. I had my first daughter and my mom came to visit me for a week, but she only stayed a day and a half. She said, "You talk too much, I'm leaving." I think it's probably because I was trying to fit it all in from all the years that she never let me talk to her, because she had clinical depression. I told my story on national TV. I have over almost 1 million people talking trash on the YouTube video thing, like don't read, like Brene Brown says, like don't read the comments. I read the comments. I should have never read the comments. I probably would have been a lot better off. But those, just when you get shut down over and over and over again, I had to take a break. I took a break for a long time, and I just sort of felt like it'll be okay if I just take in the information and never put it out there. When I met Gertrude, she changed my life, literally. She doesn't know it, but she did, about 2 years ago. She talked to me about another woman who had been silenced and had just recently gotten back on the stage and told her story. It was I'm missing her name right now, but it was the lady that was mixed up with Jimmy, the president, Bill Clinton, the one that was with Bill Clinton, that girl. Anyway, so she's back on the stage. Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much. It was totally slipping my mind. But she had just recently got back on the stage and started telling her story again. And that's what Getcher told me. She was like, okay, maybe there was a season for that, but now it's time to get back on the horse and figure out how you're going to do that in the best way possible. So that's where I'm at. I told myself after the occasion with my daughter, that I wanted to get in a motorhome or a travel trailer and just live in it and travel and do whatever. And I wanted my home base to be back in San Diego. And then a super great friend of mine who has a property in San Diego had a travel trailer on the back of the property. And we just happened to be talking, and he's like, "Hey, I got this trailer if you want to come, get away." And I'm like, I'm coming. And I actually moved here last week. It was so crazy that all happened so fast. But, now I have these amazing, just platforms that I know I'm able to use and to be able to get on, and just speak with other women. I've been super successful with TikTok, just having a great time, you know, meeting other women that are really having issues with just their sexuality and intimacy issues and things like that. Um, you know, there's just so many different ways now that we can help people and be out there and do that. So I'm super excited that you guys are all here. I can't wait to hear your stories and just you know, I don't know if how I can encourage you in the future, but if there's any way that you want to connect, please do. And I just can't wait to hear about your guys' stories as well. And thank you again for having me.